Welcome to Southeast Asia IP SME Helpdesk, your gateway to expert advice on intellectual property in Southeast Asia. In this video, we'll take you through the core services we offer to small and medium enterprises across Europe. Let's dive in and discover how we can support your business. We are an initiative of the European Commission providing free and confidential business-focused advice to European SMEs. Our mission is to guide you through the complexities of IP in Southeast Asia and help you safeguard your innovations and creations. Our help desk offers a comprehensive suite of services tailored to meet the unique needs of European SMEs. Enquiry Helpline. Have an IP question related to Southeast Asia? Reach out to our Enquiry Helpline and receive expert advice within 3 working days. Or book a one-to-one meeting directly with our IP business advisor via this link right here. Training and webinars. Join one of our training sessions or webinars designed specifically for European SMEs across Europe and Southeast Asia throughout the year. Stay updated on upcoming activities by subscribing to our newsletter and connecting with us on social media. Publications. Access a treasure trove of resources on our website, including country fact sheets, industry-specific IP guides, and general IP guides covering a variety of topics. Dive into our publications to enhance your understanding of IP laws and practices. Access a wide range of resources anytime, anywhere. IP business tools. Explore our IP cost and diagnostic tools, accessible on our official website. These tools are crafted to empower you with the knowledge you need to navigate the IP landscape effectively. The Southeast Asia IP SME Helpdesk is your reliable partner and go-to resource for navigating the IP landscape in Southeast Asia. With a range of services at your disposal, we are committed to helping European SMEs protect their innovations and creations and succeed in the global market. Contact us today to take the first step towards securing your IP assets and unlocking new growth opportunities.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everything is going good on your side, and thank you very much for joining and warm welcome to this intellectual property webinar as well. So sorry again for the small, quick technical delays. So I think what we can do is we can immediately start going into it. So this will be focusing on protecting your intellectual property in Cambodia, exploring customs registration and enforcing opportunities. So without further ado, I think I'd like to introduce our first speaker. His name is Mr. Thea Pheng. He is the founder and principal at Abacus Intellectual Property, and he'll be telling us a bit more about the Southeast Asia IP SME Helpdesk and giving us a bit more of an overview of the intellectual property landscape in Cambodia. Please also save your questions for the end of the session, because I think some of the questions might be answered within different presentations. But we'll definitely be taking notes of any questions you have and any comments you have. And if we're not able to answer it within this presentation, we're at least able to provide you with their email addresses. So without further ado, Mr. Pheng Thea, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So I'm start to share my screen now.
So if you can just put it in presentation mode, we can continue. Yes.
So you all see my slide presentation, right?
It's visible, but you can just move it into slideshow mode, please.
Okay. You see my profile?
Yes, we see your
Okay.
profile, but just put it in presentation mode, please.
This one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for.
Sorry, it's still not in presentation mode. Can you just put it in presentation mode, please?
I think
នៅខាងក្រោមមកបងខាងក្រោម slide កន្លែងផ្លាកនេះខាងក្រោមគេខាងស្ដាំណាបង
ខាងស្ដាំហ៎
ចាខាងក្រោមណាបងខាងក្រោមនោះកន្លែងចិត្តកន្លែង zoom in zoom out ណាបងបាយចុចអាហ្នឹងទៅចិត្តកន្លែងដូច screen ហើយមានប្រឈរដាក់ដូច slide ប្រឈរអញ្ចឹង
អូមានដូចអេក្រង់មែន
ចាកន្លែង zoom in zoom out ហ្នឹងកន្លែង 66% ហ្នឹងជាប់អាហ្នឹងខាងឆ្វេងហ្នឹង
យកអត់ឃើញអូនណា
ចុះមកក្រោមឥឡូវឯងចុះមកក្រោមយកអាម៉ៅឯងចុះក្រោមជាប់អាកន្លែង zoom in zoom out ខាងស្ដាំខាងក្រោមគេហ្មង
ហ្នឹងហើយមានហ្នឹងហើយ
ញ៉ាំឃើញអាម៉ៅឯងចុះហង
នេះ
អត់
No I think still what's happened here
You try unshare and sharing your screen. I think your screen is frozen. Otherwise, let me. Yeah, just try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yes. Now just put it in presentation mode, and then you can go ahead.
below បងក្រោមយឹបក្រោមស្ដាំបងស្ដាំ
This one
ហ្នឹង
Yes, sir. That's it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Please go ahead.
so I have some note to no I think it's not the correct one okay you see it right sorry
Yes, it's visible. Please go ahead.
okay so thank you for organizing this important webinar thank you to the Southeast Asia and then the EuroCham Cambodia so I think you all see the video showing the Southeast Asia's already, so I will not go through it again. So I will go to the agenda today that I will cover. So most of my presentation now is talk about the update on the IP solely. So for the detail regarding to the custom recorder or enforcement, so our two speaker will cover it. So I will talk a little bit about the legal framework, international and local national registration, and then bilateral agreement. And then second, talk about the new online portal for the DIP, and then the current update in the current practice. The DIP have updated some practices within the trademark office. So number 4, we'll talk about a bit about custom recordal and go to the plant variety protection, which is just opened last year. Even though we have a law many years ago, but the application still cannot be accepted. But last year they opened for the application. And then number 6, we talk about the new online platform for filing patent utility model and intra design. And then 7 talk about the late payment of the annuity fee for patent and utility model. So here is some important law related to the IP. So we have a trademark law, we have patent, we have a copyright law, and seed management and plant breeder right law. And we have like a law ratification, the validation of the EPO patent. And then we also have like a law accession to the Berne Convention. And for international law, we have a bunch of international law that Cambodian are subject. And here is a bilateral patent cooperation. So we have with the IPOS, with the Singapore Patents Office, we have with the GPO, and then we have the MOU with the China, and then Korea IP Office, and then USPTO. So the patent can use this agreement to accelerate or to register their patent in Cambodia. So the new IP online portal of the DIP. So DIP of Cambodian has launched a new online portal to support a register Cambodian trademark agent and IP's owner. So this portal it posts to improve the way a trademark managed and monitor, providing essential tool and resource for the user, and all one convenient location. So with this launch, Cambodian IP's owner and trademark agent will have access to the range of features that streamline the process of managing trademark application and registration. My trademark is a central trademark hub. At the heart of the portal is my trademark function, which is a vital tool for all IP's owner and register agent. The feature is allow user to view all the trademark application and registration at a glance. For register agent, it's provide an overview of all trademark they manage on behalf of the client. One of the standard improvement is that no notification from VIP, whether it's notification of acceptance or refusal or other updated, will be uploaded directly to the portal. This is a significant upgrade from the previous system of the paper and email notice. And now everything is consolidated in one location, making it easier to track important updates and deadline. Two is about the trademark search. It's real-time access to application and registration. So the portal trademark search function allows users to perform a quick searches for both pending application and registered trademark. One major advantage is that the database appear more current than the WIPO global brand database. Our spot check shows only one day lag compared to the WIPO week day long delay. However, it's worth noting that while the portal is excellent for rapid searches, its functionality is more limited than WIPO, a sophisticated tool. For in-deep clearance searches, WIPO remains the preferred option due to the more powerful search feature. And three is a bookmark trademark is monitor and track. This is another particular user tool for a bookmark in trademark feature. The user can bookmark specific trademark where the application or registration for the future reference. This is important for like a potential opposition or simply keep it tapped on the trademark of interest. This feature ensures that the user can track relevant application without needed to repeatedly search for them. So simplifying the monitoring process. 4 is about the needs classification. Tool is another value additional enabling user to search and compile a list of goods and service under the needs classification system. While the functionality may be more limited than the WIPO matrix goods and service manager, it offers a unique advantage inclusion of Khmer translation. Although it's not required to provide a good service in Khmer, this tool is particularly helpful for the user less conversant in English and stand as only platform offering a translation service. And the last one is additional resources. So you can go to the online portal to check additional resources and links. So they include official gazettes, online trademark filing, and then also new IP Academy, which offer learning, distance learning. Regarding to the current updated in the practice for the trademark office, so the power of attorney is they have a valid term now, is can be used within the 7 years from the date of issue. And for example, like the original, you have the application, and then you file it with the original notarized power of attorney. And then several years later, for example, like 2 years, 3 years later, you have another application in the same applicant and address, and then you can use the copy one. The trademark office does not require the original notarized. It just requires the copy one, but the copy one must be certified by department, by the DIP. And another change is affidavit of use. So recently, the DIP issued a notification announced to the public, to the trademark agent or the owner of the mark to comply with the term frame to file or to record the affidavit of use or non-use. So if they miss to record it, it risk for like the registrar will remove the mark from the registry. And this is another update on the recordal of exclusive importation and distribution. So recently, the ministry, the DIP and ministry, they announced that all trademark must be registered before they record the exclusive importation and distribution. For example, like Ford vehicle, okay, they have trademark Ford, and then like Ford Territory, Ford Everest, Ford Ranger. So the word Territory, Everest, or Ranger must be recorded, must be registered before they record exclusive importation and distribution. This is about the custom and excise. So recently, last year, the General Department of Custom and Excise, they launched a new online filing platform. So to record the IPO and exclusive distribution ship. So this will be detailed by our another speaker. So this is the document and the requirement for record all the IP right. So we have two tabs. One is IP right, and another one is exclusive distribution ship. So this one is about IP right, and then this one is about exclusive distribution ship. So Ms. Ratha will Chandavya will talk about this in detail. And another update is on regarding to the plant variety, plant with the right. So recently, early this last month, so they organized the seminar regarding to this, and then on 10 February this month, they also invite the agent to attend the seminar on this plant with the right. So now the Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology, Innovation, they start accepting the application for plant breeder right. And this is the flow chart for registration process. So there are two ministries to deal with. One is the Ministry of Industry, and then another ministry is Ministry of Agriculture. So the application, it goes to the Ministry of Industry, and then they will manage and send to the Ministry of Agriculture for DOS for testing. So you can see here the official fee is to be paid to the MISTI. MISTI is the Ministry of Industry, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fishery, we charge another official fee for their application, plus DOS fee. So DF fee is approximately 3,000 USD. And this is another new online platform for filing patent, utility model, and design. So the MISTI, the Ministry of Industry, they finally they have this system. So the agent or the user can, the patent owner can log and file the application through this online platform. So it's very easy for us to just click and get the application number and filing that immediately. So in this online platform, we can do it like submitting application online and then pay the application fee or filing fee. Currently, there only one accredited bank that cooperate with the ministry, and then you can receive notification or submit additional documents through this platform. This is a post filing is submitting additional documents through this. Okay. And finally, this is the okay. This one is about the late payment of the annuity fee for patent. So starting from October last year, so the new penalty apply for payment of annuity fee, and then registration will be left and application will be abandoned. So they have 6 months to pay the annuity fee. Okay, 6 months before the annuity period, they have to pay during 6 months, and within the annuity period 12 months. So there another 6 months is we call grace period. So grace period, you have to pay like 0.12 USD per day. Okay, and then another the last 6 months for the last 6 months for annuity period is we call restoration period. So this is when you pay a grace period, you have to pay like restoration fee as well. So it's 25 USD plus 0.125 USD per day. So if you don't pay within a 12-month annuity period, the application or the registration will be abandoned, considered as abandoned and left. So this is the final slide, is a tip and recommendation. So we recommend the user to use the matrix system. So if they want to export or expanding abroad, many countries are first to file, which means someone may steal your mark abroad. Much easier to register it before register it than fighting for it later. Second is a create account with the trademark or patents office before. So when it's ready, you can just file it. It is easy for you. So 3 is to monitor your trademark. Up to you to take care of your right. Government doesn't do that for you. So the minimum is to keep an eye out of the market and online for any infringement or similar mark to yours. Second is check the trademark gazette for any similar registration coming out. So thank you for your participation. That's all for today for me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pheng. And just to clarify also for everyone, in case you're curious, we will be offering the copies of these slides to the email addresses that we've also been sharing with everyone. So thanks again, Mr. Pheng. So you can just can remove the screen, and then we can continue on to Ms. Chandavya Ng, who is an associate at Tilleke and Gibbins in Cambodia as well. So she will be speaking about the IPPRS system and basically just how it works in Cambodia. Please, Chandavya, after you.
Thank you, Andrew. I will start with sharing my screen.
Sure.
Okay.
Screen is visible and the presentation is visible as well.
So it's working, right?
Yes, working. Please go ahead.
Sure. Okay, so for today's presentation, I will speak about regulatory framework and the newly launched system in relation to custom recordation in Cambodia. And the presentation is divided into two parts. The first part will be about regulatory framework in order to allow the audience to understand a little bit like how custom authority have something to do with IP enforcement. And the second part is, of course, about the newly launched system, which is the intellectual property right recordation system, the so-called IPRRS. Sorry. So regulatory framework. Well, custom authority have something to do with IP enforcement because of border measure. And border measure is the measure that IP right owner could file a complaint for suspension of clearance with the custom authority at the border. And this measure could be traced back to the TRIPS agreement, 1994, specifically Section 4, that required member states to adopt procedures so that right holder could file complaint for suspension of clearance against any goods that are suspected to be counterfeit or pirated goods. And this measure could also be initiated on the custom authorities' own initiative as well. And if we look into the Cambodia law, we could see that border measure have been stipulated under the law on marks, trade names, and act of unfair competition, specifically Chapter 10, that allow the trademark owner to file complaint to custom, competent authority, or the court for suspension of clearance of the good that they think could be a counterfeit good of their own. Actually, trademark law is not the only law that mentioned about border measure. The law on copyright and related right, as well as the law on geographical indication, also contain provision on border measures by referring back to the trademark law. And then in 2021, there is a Prakas number 196 on the rule and procedure for suspension of clearance on imported and exported goods that infringe intellectual property that has been issued by the GDCE, General Department of Custom and Excise of the Ministry of Economic and Finance, in order to enhance the effectiveness of enforcing IP rights through border measure. And it was followed by the guideline number 1681 on the implementation of the Prakas number 196. So this law and regulations show how it is important for the customer authority to enforce, to help IP right owner in enforcing IP rights through the border measure. So then let's move to the system itself, which is the IPRRS. So why do we have it and what it is? Actually, nowadays, everything is digitalized. Just like the first speaker has mentioned, you see that there are lots of updates with regard to the electronic filing in relation to IP rights. So previously, the GDCE also does not have like a place or data room to store document or information in relation to intellectual property. So they start this IPRRS in order to compile necessary information and document in relation to IP so that they could enhance their authority's ability in identifying and intercepting potential parallel imported goods as well as infringing goods at the border. Simple say, like, in order to enhance ability to enforce IP rights through border measure. And this system has been launched on September 1st, 2024, and it was called trial phase. Actually, it was referred to as trial phase in order to allow the authority to make further amendment or update and to address potential technical error that could happen after it has been put to public use. So it's actually fully accessible and fully functional. And if you want to access the system, you can click on the link that provided on the slide presentations. So as the first presenter has mentioned, there are two functions under the IPRRS, intellectual property recordation as well as exclusive distributorship recordation. For intellectual property recordation, it is available for trademark, geographical indication, copyright, and related rights. You could see how this aligns with the law that I just mentioned earlier. But please note that it's only available for the rights that are protected in Cambodia. So this function will allow the IP right owner, the holder of those type of rights, to record information and document, including the information on possible or potential counterfeit or pirated goods. For the second function, exclusive distributorship recordation, it is available for the successfully recorded exclusive distributorship agreement with the Department of Intellectual Property. And this function will allow the trademark owner or the local distributor as well as the representative to record information and document relating to the successfully recorded exclusive distributorship. But please note that there's no penalty for not recording IP right or exclusive distributorship recordation with this IPRRS system. However, doing so would benefit the owner in taking enforcement action because it could help the authority, the customs authority, especially those at the border, to take a timely action, as well as effectively communicate the suspect good to the designated agent. For example, like if you provide the information about your, let's say, ABC brand, and it's recorded under the IPRRS, so the authority have access to the information already. So once there is, let's say, a shipment that come in and then they think that there is a suspicion of counterfeit good of ABC brand, they can just stop it right away without the need of filing a complaint from the right owner. And with this, they can notify the owner and with the information that they have in the system already, like who they should contact it for this specific ABC brand. So this makes it more effective to enforce IP rights through border measure. So for the first function, the good thing about this is that there's no official fee. It's free, so you can just record it. The validity is that it will remain valid for as long as your IP rights are valid. For example, if we talk about trademark, it's only valid for 10 years, right? So once it is expired, you have to renew it with the Department of Intellectual Property. And then after the renewal is successful, you have to do another recordation using this system. So it will not automatically renewed because the current system has not been synchronized with the DIP system yet. So let's see in the future if it could be synchronized. For the timeline, it could take around 2 business days or less than that. But there will be no official notice or confirmation about the successful recordation. You will know that your recordation is completed or successful once the status has been changed to accepted. So there's no official notice at all. And the benefit of it is, of course, to give the customs authority a quicker access to the information, as well as to enable them to take promptly action, to promptly take action against potential counterfeit or infringing goods. The second function, exclusive distributorship recordation. So for this function, it was created to facilitate quicker access to information as well. But if we look back to the previous practice, we could see that, okay, the process go in a way like the DIP, the Department of Intellectual Property, issued the notice of recordation of exclusive distributorship, and then they provide a copy to the GDCE. Then the GDCE have to manually enter the information into their system. Only when the information has been entered into the system that the customs authority, especially those at the border, could access or have access to the information. And this process reportedly caused delay in the officer access to the information, especially those at the border, because they have no idea what trademark has exclusive distributorship agreement recorded. And that is why this function has also been created. And just like the first function, there's no official fee. It's free to record it. The validity for this function, for exclusive distributorship, it will the validity is aligned with the DIP notice on Recordal of exclusive right. So once the notice is expired, a renewal of the notice have to be done with the Department of Intellectual Property first, and then once it's successful, the new recordation and the IPRRS could follow. For the timeline, just like the first mentioned, 2 business days or less, with no official notice, but there will be an accepted status in the system itself. And for the benefit, it will give a customer quicker access to information, as well as to promptly take action against parallel imported goods. But please note that there is a limitation with regard to this system, because under the current versions, it is not possible to file requests for suspension of custom clearance because they are still being developed. That means the interested party need to file a physical request to the GDCE in order to request for suspension of clearance. Further information on enforcement measure will be discussed by the third speakers. So actually, this is the end of my presentation, and the Q&A will be we have had on at the end of the presentation, at the end of the last presentation, I think. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much for that, Chandavya, and very useful information on that slide. So as Chandavya also reminded everyone, and also as we mentioned in the chat, please do feel free to write your questions in the Q&A, because we will just have one more speaker, and then we will open it up to the floor for some questions. But if you do feel like you're, if you need a bit more time, also we'll provide you with the copies of the presentations, and we'll also share with you the contact details of the speakers over here, so that you can also continue further. Now, last but not least, I would like to introduce Ms. Sereyratha Chan. She is a senior associate at SNO IP Cambodia. And for Ms. Sereyratha, I'll be sharing her screen on my side.
Thank you. So you will be monitoring the slide?
Yes, I believe so. I think so. Please, whenever you want to change, it'll be easier.
Okay. Yeah. More.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, and welcome to my part, which I will be only focused on the IP enforcement more in practice. And before we start, here is a quick look on my agenda today. So I'll talk about, I think I will skip the overview, since our 2 speakers already mentioned, and they have explained very well on the IP overview. The second, I will just brief on the enforcement authority here in Cambodia. The third is the challenges of what we have been faced to the in practice. Second, also, the last one is the improvement strategies, which more focus on the solutions. Next, please. Without further ado, let me I can control the slide?
Yes, so I'll just give it to you there. There you go. So you can control now.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Sure.
That's better. Okay. So yeah, like I have mentioned, I will just skip the overview. Here is the IP systems. I'm sure our first speaker, Bong Pente, already mentions, like we have 3 main IP system in Cambodia. Ministry of Commerce focus on trademark, GIs, and trade secret, which is under draft. We have MISTIs, patent, utility models, and industrial designs. And the third one is the Ministry of Culture and Fine Art, copyright and related right. And again, in order to, I'm only here focusing more on the trademark registrations. I also bring 2 important points is for the protection of the register mark, which we can just simply file with the DIP under the Ministry of Commerce, and under register mark is also can be protected, but it's hard to enforce practically. And Yes, also we have been mentioned of the custom recordal, but I also want to bring a little bit back on the parallel import, because in Cambodia we are unique. Parallel import are also considered as an infringement act under the Cambodian trademark law, and which is the national exhaustion doctrines apply, which mean that the rights of the trademark owner are not exhausted until the first legitimate sales within the domestic market. Therefore, importing good without the trademark owner consent, even if they are genuine, which we consider as the parallel imports, is considered as an infringement. So with the enforcement authority, as we probably know that we still have a variety of the enforcement authority for the trademark owner or the representative of the trademark owner who would like to file the complaints or work on the enforcement actions. So we first have the DIP, the Department of Intellectual Property under the Ministry of Commerce, can act as the mediators in the IP dispute, providing an alternative to legal proceeding. And also they are a part of the National Committee for the IP, which bring together related government ministries to enhance the cooperation in the IP enforcement matters. And second, we have the, now we call anti-counterfeit commissions. Before they were called the 4C, the Counterfeit Committee of Cambodia. This was suspended and has now returned with a new structure and new role, will be to formulate government policies, strategy plans, and disseminate information about the counterfeiting rather than conducting directly on the enforcement activity. And third one, we have the Consumer Protection, Competition and Fraud Repression Directorate General. In a shortcut word is we call CCF. CCS based in Phnom Penh, but they do have their provincial team throughout Cambodia, and they are focusing on the unfair competition and consumer protections. The very strong enforcement authorities and the police economy. Police economy also based in Phnom Penh, but they do also have their provincial team under the Ministry of Interior. And they handle criminal investigation related to economic crimes, including IP infringement, with their responsibilities to conduct search, investigation, cooperating with other enforcement authority, and as well as to filing illegal actions like a criminal raid is included. And custom authority. So custom authority plays very crucial role into the IP enforcement, especially right now, as we can see is that they have bring it up and they have focused more very active on the IP matters. And their responsible is to manage the border measure and to prevent the IP infringements. Like our second speakers mentioned about their roles and their responsibility. And the last one is the court, judicial authority. The court also have the jurisdictions over the dispute related to IP matters. So as the enforcement practice, and I have experience on this, we have faced a lot of challenges throughout the matters and throughout the complaints that we have worked with the enforcement authority related to the IP matters. So first, surely not just the one who practice on these sectors, but also this is to the public as well, that we now know that Cambodia have the complex legal framework, especially for IP, despite significant progress that Cambodia IP legal framework is still involving and can be complex. This complexity can make it difficult for IP holder to navigate the system. And the second is the limited awareness. Many IP holders and general public have limited awareness on their IP right. I experienced even myself, that sometimes I work with the local clients, local IP owners. They have no idea how important of their IP works, and how what is their right to protect their IP. So I think this limitation also one of the big challenge to the IP industry as well. And the third one is the sufficient enforcement mechanism. As I mentioned the previous slide, that the enforcement mechanism is still everywhere. So as there's a trademark owner, sometimes the questions like, oh, which enforcement mechanisms can be very effective, or which enforcement authority they can go and work with, and file the complaint letter to work for their IP rights. And the third one is the resource constraint. We know that Cambodia right now is also facing the lack of the expertise, human resource to carry out effective of IP enforcement. And the last one is judicial system. Judicial system can contribute to uneven application of IP law, discourage innovation and investment, meaning that right now we don't have this the specialized or only the IP court focus on IP matter. We still go to just the general court. So we have brief a little bit on the challenges, but also we also can see the improvement, and I'm sure that I'm trying to raise up some important points that I believe if this is we can bring out, and it we can work on them, the improvement will be there. So the first is to strengthen the legal framework. Strengthening the legal framework here, to still continue using our current regulation, but also to reform as needed to simplify and strengthen the IP legal framework. Public awareness campaigns. So surely we have to increase the public awareness about the IP rights, as well as the enforcement mechanism, which can empower IP holders and the general public. And the capacity building, investing in training. So we can raise just now as an example. It is very important, thanks for EuroCham who trying to create this up, and I'm sure this will show that initiated by us trying to cooperate and make this happen, which is important to improve the strategy and enforce more effectively for the IP matters. Capacity building, yes. Technology integration. So this one, as we all have known that the IP custom Recordal is 100 work online. So we can see the improvement here. So the leverage technology can help streamline IP registration and enforcement process. So develop and maintain the IP registration with international standard to make economic and social need. So I think filing the custom Recordal online, it's very helpful and very quick. It's not just for us as the IP agents, but also for the brand owner. They are happy to just bring over the document and simply submit the document and have their IP protected. And the very important point is the collaboration. Collaboration is very important. It's not just for the IP, but for all related events in practice. So proactive engagements and collaboration between stakeholders, including government agency, business, and international organization, can create a more robust for IP regions. But I also would like to add a little bit on this, because I think it would be improved and would be more effective if we can collab with the enforcement authority to try to encourage them to bring us more ex-official, because I think ex-official is very, very important for the brand owner and for because like for example, I have a lot of international clients, international brands. They would like to have the enforcement here in our country, but sometimes it's hard for them to because they are not here, so they more relies on the enforcement authority who could initiate to do the ex-official and bring them the information. So I believe that recording the custom recordal to quickly assess the cruel data, and I hope that they can bring us more ex-official, and so that helping them to identify and to read the counterfeit good as well as the parallel import more effectively. So again, the system support two types. One is for the IP rights and exclusive right, and this is to promote the fair trade practice by ensuring that only authentic, like the genuine product, can enter the market in Cambodia. So overall, the custom recordal is a very important system designed to improve the IP enforcement and provides the actionable insight for business and to promote the fair trade practice in Cambodia. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, and apologies for cutting it short. I think that was like a really great conversation. So as we have just a few quick minutes to answer some questions, I think I saw some really interesting ones pop up. I think the first one that was mentioned would be in terms of managing all the, there was one person asking if my trademark consists of many components, how to protect each component. And to be clear, I don't mean logo variants. So would anyone like to answer that question?
Let me try to share this. So if your trademark consists of many components, your example like a full name or a shortcut name or slogan, so all of this can be registered with the Department of Intellectual Property Right of Ministry of Commerce. But in the examination, substantive examination, they will examine whether the slogan is like descriptive or describe the good or the service that you attempt to register or not. If they describe the good or service that you try to register, the slogan or the word cannot be registered in the ministry. So another example, like the slogan combined with the other element, for example, like logo or design, and then the design in the within the mark. This is a slogan, and then distinctive, another distinctive word. So the distinctive word will be accepted for registration, and then the slogan that describes the good or service, the DIP will ask the applicant to disclaim it. This is how the examine the mark in Cambodia.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that answer. And now I think we just have, even though we're just short on time, I think we have time for just one more question. This one goes to Ms. Ratha. So Mr. Stanislas is asking, you mentioned that the trademark owner has the right to transfer the rights to local distributors. Does it have to be one distributor only, or can it be multiple local distributors?
So for the rights to provide to the distributor. You can provide multiple local distributor, but only like each distributor only allow one goods or service. So for examples, the brand owner A have the business selling just apparels, but the apparel including jeans or shirts and dress. So like they can apply for multi local distributors, but each distributors only allow for one goods to register the exclusive distributor right.
Perfect. Thank you very
Yes.
much for that answer. That's a very good answer. And thanks again to everyone for joining. As we mentioned before, we'll be sharing the PowerPoints with you on your emails that you registered with. Please also have a look at our social media posts on EuroCham Cambodia and also our YouTube channel, because we plan to also be sharing the recordings of this, so it's beneficial to everyone. If you also have any specific questions and stuff, we can also, as I mentioned, we can also share with you the contact details of our three speakers, and then also specifically the contact details for the Southeast Asia IP SME Helpdesk as well, which has definitely been working a lot, very, very closely with EuroCham Cambodia to make sure we can support intellectual property protection and enforcement in the country. And yeah, without further ado, thanks again to everyone and hope you have a great day forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone.